Hi guys, it's Mick Kellher here from the Cork Boxing page, and I'm at the Golden Gloves Boxing Club, and I'm delighted to be joined by the 2024 Cork Boxing Coach of the Year, John Morrissey. Hi John.
Very good, mate.
All good.
Thank you.
John, do you know what just occurred to me there actually recently, the other day? 1984, you walked into Brian Dillon's Boxing Club.
Correct.
40 years ago this year. Oh my God, that's some going, John. Come here, just obviously your earliest memories is going to Brian Dillon's. Do you have any memories? Can you remember your first?
I remember going to Wales,
Yeah,
went to Cardiff.
yeah. How old were you when you went in?
I'd say I was 07, was I? 40,
yeah.
7 or 8 years of age.
Yeah. And come here, just obviously the boxing starting off. Is it just something that you was it? How did you start into boxing?
Well, my family was in it, all in and out of it, if you know what I mean. You know, my uncles, but my brother came home one night
Yeah.
and announced to the whole park that he joined Brian Dillon's.
That Liam, is it?
Liam, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And then so the whole park joined in. I mean, you'd fellas like Roy Keane that time came down with us.
Yeah.
Eddie Malone, God rest his soul.
Yeah. You.
Hopper McGrath was there.
Hopper,
He was in the same.
Yeah.
fellas as us.
There was. Yeah. I suppose that was. How long were you in Bidens for?
Less than 12 months.
12 months, and up the road into Mayfield to
Up to the prefab.
up the prefab Ballablan,
Yeah.
Ballablan. So yeah, Jesus. So John, 1987 was your first title. You were part of that four boxers who won
Yeah.
the best club of the year that time. That was yourself,
That's right.
Hopper,
Donica Cuttress
Cuttress,
and Tommy Fitz.
Tommy Fitz. Yeah. That was a good year if you won it. Apparently, I suppose when you went up. I think you won 6 months. Was that time you went up with six boxers? Was it?
Tom Clare and Richard Fitzgerald were the other two.
Yeah. And I suppose was the expectations? Were you expecting to do well at that time for nationals?
I was just a venture. I was 11 years. I mean, I won. I think I won that title at like 10 to 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
So it was just an adventure. There was no. That was the one thing about then and now. I think there was no pressure then.
Yeah.
But there's kids coming in the door now at 6 or 7 years of age, and the weight of the world on their shoulders.
Yeah.
We had no pressure. No, honest to God. My father, and Dad, Tommy, there was never any pressure.
Yeah.
Never any pressure.
Yeah, I suppose I suppose listen, you trained hard and kind of just went on it. I suppose.
We did, we trained.
Yeah,
But we enjoyed it.
Yeah. I suppose.
So it wasn't hard, really,
Yeah. I suppose I suppose. Listen, 1988. Then you were still celebrating your first title, so you took a break that year. So
Took a break for a few years.
So 1989, you got going then. 89, 90, 1991, Golden Gloves champion. 1992, Gaelic Youths. 93, under 18s. 94, it was the juniors.
The intermediates at the time,
juniors, that time, yeah. So, you went 6 in a row there, really, did you? That
6 in a row. I think I have 7 altogether, but I won 6 in a row.
6 in a row.
And the strangest thing to this day happened. I boxed in the senior final, and I got the best box of the competition, but I lost it.
Yeah. I suppose, you know what, I remember it was, was bittersweet. I saw that fight actually. You were leading going into the last round that time, France Barrett and the seniors, yeah. I suppose, did you went to Atlanta that time, no? Did you went over?
I went over on the reserve team.
On the reserve team, yeah.
We went over to the training camp.
Yeah.
So, you know what? I wouldn't take it back for the world.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
I suppose, I suppose, you saw a good bit. And come here, what year did you go to the Europeans?
I went to Canada. I went to Canada in the Europeans. Was it 93, Mick? It's Thessalonica, wasn't it?
Yeah. That was 93. So I suppose that was you were after 92, get a good 93. So in that year.
I'd say 93 because we were in Canada in June, and Thessalonica. I think it was September that year. We went to Greece. Yeah. And
come here, just how did you get on up in Greece? Did you have a good tournament?
We had a great time. I won 3 fights.
Yeah.
I get no pressure.
Yeah.
No, the one thing I always associate with my time boxing, there was never any pressure.
Yeah.
Never. But the kids today, Mick. I was in Boston recently, and this fella came up to me and he was explaining about his son, the pressure on his son,
Yeah.
And I said, your son is under so much pressure, it's preventing him from winning.
Yeah. Different
but we had no pressure then.
Yeah.
No, honest to God,
I know. I suppose back then, we just kind of
going home to the council estate, and everyone was delighted with you. Everyone, I mean, he boxed for Ireland, but now, not only do you have to box, but you have to win. You have to win a gold medal now.
I know.
To be accepted.
So, what year did you officially stop boxing?
I officially started boxing about 98, I think.
98, yeah. But
Yeah.
you see the great record, in fairness to you, like, you know. I suppose
Yeah.
we look back now, like, was it tough times, or was it just, you know, did you enjoy your time boxing?
I did, yeah, but I know in the end was. I know the end. Yeah. I looking back now, I think I underachieved. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Do you know? Like,
Yeah. I
but
know.
sure, look, you know,
Listen, I suppose.
it is what it is. Like, you know.
I know. I mean, listen, I say you have just you impressive CV. You won a lot back then. I come here. So, when did you first start coaching? Did you come straight into coaching after then?
No, not really. I got married. I had a few kids, but I was always in and out of boxing, if you know what I mean. I was always tipping around it.
Yeah.
Mortgage, you know what you do. I started having a normal life.
Yeah.
But my daughter then showed an interest when she was about 9 or 10 years of age. My youngest daughter, my eldest daughter, no interest. She's a clever one.
Yeah.
But the young one showed interest. But you know what? I said, there's no way you're going into boxing without me standing over it.
Yeah.
Because
so you
of
just kind of
what's
on your wing.
I fell into it.
Yeah. Because you know, like, suppose Saoirse, 2016 and 2018, she was Irish champion.
2 times, yeah.
And then 2016, she boxed around at 13 years old.
13 years of age.
She's probably one of the youngest at that time.
She was younger than me, and she actually beat the Tri-Nation champion, an English girl, very, very good English girl.
Yeah.
Great day for the family.
Yeah, I'm just obviously very, very proud day for you.
Oh, jeez, I was in the corner, sure.
Yeah. I suppose, you know what, when obviously my dad trains, when you were training her, how did you find out? Did you feel that you were pushing her, or did she, you know, was she kind of into the whole boxing thing herself? Or?
She was into it herself, I think. To be fair, I took your father's kind of way. Like I train, I take. Tommy Kellher was and is definitely the most profound influence in my life, boxing wise.
Yeah.
And my own father, who would have been your dad's assistant,
Yeah.
they'll always whisper in my ear, and I never put Saoirse under pressure, never, and she just loves us. Like,
Alison, you know, great. She was a good boxing parents. So, John, we're going to 2019. You come in the door, Golden Gloves, head coach John Morrissey.
So, yeah.
What was your goal when you came in the door?
Do you know what I wanted to do when I came in, when I first opened the club? I was going to make this club a full-time club.
Yeah.
In other words, it's going to be open 7 days a week, and 24 hours a day for fellas in the train now. I want a full-time club, and that was the only way I could see moving forward.
Yeah.
In other words, if you're going to be 2 or 3 times a week, you're not going to succeed in boxing.
I mean, you started off, was there many in the club?
No, there was I'd say about 6 or 7 boxes there.
Yeah. And I suppose the record you have up here speaks for itself. Like 2022, Aaron O'Donoghue won the seniors, and Brian Long won the novice seniors. 23, Shane Cunningham won the seniors. Aaron won the senior elite seniors. And 2023 got Cork Boxing Club of the Year, like that. Like in the space of 5 years, he went from zero to top of the hill, really, you know. So, tell me the secret.
But there's no secret. It's hard work. It's hard work. And as I said, I think when we put the club full time. Now, I will have to mention the Defence Forces. Because they've been absolutely fantastic with Golden Gloves. They've given all the boxers in the army as much time off as they possibly can. John Moody, John Malloy, army coaches, been fantastic with the boys. Aaron O'Donoghue and Jamie Long now. And there's also another guy, Conor Connie upstairs at the moment. He's probably way and above the best strength and conditioning coach I've ever had with the boxers. And that's what we've done. When I talk about full-time, we brought in strength and conditioning coaches. We brought in nutritionists, which I don't have a clue about. I don't know about strength and conditioning either, to be honest with you. Only what I'm watching. I'd only kind of like be on the boxing side, tactical. But when we went full-time, that's exactly what I said. I'm going to bring in a strength and conditioning coach. I'm going to bring in a nutritionist, and I'm going to be around. But it's very hard to get these fellas in place. There's no money.
But the one thing I noticed,
there's no money.
Boxer, you know what? They just know the attitude. You know, they keep going right to the very, very end. I suppose that down to that. I suppose all that.
All the boxers. Oh yeah.
I've noticed all of them, even from the first belt to the last belt, they don't stop. You know.
They don't. That's all attitude here. That's all attitude.
I've noticed that.
That's the full-time attitude. Like the way I look at it, we're paying rent here for 365 days a year. We're going to use the place 365 days. We train on Christmas Day. The club is open 24 hours a day. Fella rings me and need pads. I'm up. Now I have my own business to run outside this.
Yeah.
But this club is a full-time club. And I think that's why we got, especially the senior success.
Yeah. I suppose there was a massive drought for a long time. I think Ian Falvey was the last person to win the seniors until you took 3 there in 1 year, you know.
Yeah.
So,
and I had Thomas McCarthy in 2016.
Oh, Thomas McCarthy, I forgot. Yeah, that was Mick.
He won him on the unusual circumstances. But to be fair, Thomas came to me about six months before the senior championships. Well, the elite championships. Yeah. And he wasn't getting on with the club or whatever happened anyway. But to be fair, Mayfield Boxing Club, that title belongs to them.
Yeah.
I only just kind of was just guided them in, you know. I just kind of watched them for 6 months.
Yeah.
You know, but Mayfield Boxing Club made Thomas McCarthy what he is.
Yeah, you just kind of...
It's as simple as that. He'd know where to go. I said, look, come up here.
Yeah.
We'll get you a few spares. I put him up a weight division.
Yeah.
Because he was fine. But look, Mayfield Boxing, that's there. My name is on it as a coach, but it's Mayfield's.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay, I suppose for your own side, like when you won the senior title, was it mission accomplished, or was it for you? No. Like your motivation still obviously.
It is, yeah.
There more as ever, like yeah.
I hope to keep going, like you know.
I suppose listen, and I suppose from I see kind of as more of a kind of, obviously you have your good underage kids, but I see probably as a good senior club really. I suppose a lot of your boxers kind of up in senior.
Yeah, we have a lot of kids here as well, but we're very lucky. Like we've got a lot of volunteers. I mean, like Conor Conley, as I said, brilliant strength and conditioning coach, but he's also a boxing coach because he's learning from me on that side. I'm learning the strength and conditioning from him. We've got Johnny Murphy, we've got Justin Donnelly, we've got my nephews here. We've got there's another guy from we've got people coming from Youghal and Cove. Mick O'Donoghue. Like there's people pass through the club as well, but they'll.
I know, yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's it.
But they'll always be solid coaches.
Yeah. I suppose for yourself, John, obviously you box now, and I suppose when you went into coaching, you obviously philosophy when you went into coaching, you just wanted to drive people on and kind of.
My philosophy was when I left Ballyvillan, right?
Yeah.
And I went down to Sunnyside.
Yeah.
I'd say Ballyvillan probably were the best technical club I was ever with. Tommy Kellher, the best technical coach I was. But the difference, in fairness, when I walked in the door on Sunnyside, the training was at 100 miles an hour. The intensity. It took me about 18. You read it out there a while ago. I took a few years off. Yeah. But it took me about 18 months to 2 years to get up to speed with the way things the Sunnyside were doing. Yeah. It's 100 miles an hour. They do 1 hour. They were doing 1 hour a night. Yeah. And I was saying to myself, sure, how could they be better than other clubs doing 2 hours? But it was at 100 miles an hour. Yeah. And that's the way we do things here. Yeah. You just said it yourself. We fight to the very last bell. Yeah. Everything's at 100 miles an hour.
No, listen, that's the one thing I watched.
Intensity.
Okay, but just go back to when you went to think. Was Albie with you for a year?
2 years.
2 years in Sunnyside.
2 years,
yeah. I suppose
2 years.
Albie was.
Unfortunately, 2 years I was adjusting.
Yeah.
I was adjusting. That's all I was doing. I mean, as you said it yourself, like I won nothing in the 2 years, but they were the toughest 2 years I'd say I had because the adjustments. They were doing 1 minute rounds on that. In sparring. Kellher and Jai style sparring, where you went at it. You know what I mean? It's the intensity, and then they went from 1 minute to 3 minutes, and then and you're up at 5 o'clock. We were up at 5 o'clock in the morning training down the Mardike. And how did I get to the Mardike? I had to run down there. So I had to run down, do a run, and run home.
I know. I suppose, yeah.
Do you know?
But it's just, I suppose, it built up for the years ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look how lucky I was. I had Tommy Kellher, Albie Murphy, Kellher and Giles. They're the 3 best that ever come out of it.
But listen, I suppose you've got yourself now. It's proofs in the pudding. We're all your own champions. So
yeah, but I believe life is. You bump into people for a reason, I think.
Yeah. But listen, come here. I suppose you have to take a bit of credit to yourself for.
Yeah, but I'm just continuing. That's all. You can only teach what you learned.
Yeah.
I'm only continuing.
Yeah.
But the standards here, that's the one thing I come down heavy with here. If the standards drop, I'll hit the roof. Like you know.
And is your motivation still as strong as ever?
It is now. Yeah. I mean, we have 14 boxes going to the Emerald Cup this weekend. Yeah. Then we're going to go trip abroad after that. Yeah. We're going off to our good friend Danny Ruby. Yeah. So it's the motivation's there. Yeah.
I suppose, and you mentioned Danny Ruby. I suppose Danny. you know, how did that come about? I suppose he's looking after the over the other side now and trying to go.
I tell you now, I knew Danny years ago. We all knew Danny years ago. Everyone in Cork knows Danny, I'd say. But I got a Facebook request years and years, way before the COVID even. Danny Roby. So I tipped in it, started chatting, still in, and I said I'd be interested in taking the team to Boston. So Danny got on it straight away. But unfortunately, then COVID happened, and we're going to send one over this year at some point. But no, Danny's been brilliant in the US, absolutely brilliant, and twice Munster champion, by the way.
I remember Danny. Danny was.
He's been brilliant. I mean, that's another thing that I've done here. It's like networking.
Yeah.
I've networked all over Ireland, so I can go anywhere. I have a lads going up to Polish tonight sparring. And now I've been to England a few times, but we're now going to go to Germany with Aaron O'Donoghue with the Defence Force team. And we're going to go to the US, so we're networking. So in other words, like my point as well was 99% of my boxers won't get out of Ireland unless I bring them out. Because they won't make the Irish team. But they might not be able to get in the holidays, but I'll get them out of the country then. No matter what level they are.
And I suppose when you go up into the States, I suppose you're kind of looked after over there. In the sense,
absolutely brilliant. Brilliant, absolutely.
And you're planning to go over later this year, are you?
We are, before Christmas.
Oh, that's good. So I suppose so. Do you know what? I suppose you've kind of done the whole thing, so you're kind of looking at everything. I suppose I just a quick one, and I you know, and just always kind of, I suppose to keep a club going. It's obviously. It's not easy. It's you're paying bills and everything else. So I suppose I suppose you're lucky. You kind of have a few sponsors. So
I have a few sponsors there. I have Jordan Cooper sponsors us, and Paul Fiddis and PF Painters. They sponsor us. Very good to us. Very good.
And I suppose you probably
our membership is high.
I suppose you have to keep the club open.
You have to keep it open. Yeah. The rent is high, but the membership is high. We've good numbers here. You know what I mean? Good numbers.
And I've just kind of going through the record of Golden Gloves there. Like I suppose I was looking at you think you've done 13 champions since you opened. Like that's
something like that.
I just think that's great even for yourself.
Yeah.
What's the future for John Morrissey? Is he going to be here for a long time?
Well, I'd say a lot of people will frown at this answer now, like, but I ain't going nowhere.
Exactly. And listen, but I suppose I suppose the competition is healthy in Cork too. Like
it is, and do you know one thing I have to mention, right? The Cork County Board are absolutely outstanding, Mick. Mick O'Brien, John Wiseman. I don't turn up to many meetings. Right, but if I pick up the phone, if they don't answer the phone, they'll ring me back, and they're outstanding. They promoted the sport inside out, and the other thing. We were talking about judging there earlier. The judging in Cork is second to none. I think the judging in the tournaments and the championships is very good here in Cork. But once you leave Cork, And
I suppose there's a good there's a good feel between all the coaches in Cork too. Like in your
there is, I know. Like any of them could pick the phone up to me.
Yeah, exactly. And I suppose the other thing I suppose like every year when the boxers have been there, they're getting medals down in the park. There's kind of a motivation for them.
It's brilliant. It's fantastic. Again, that's all brought on by Mick O'Brien, John Wiseman, and all the girls now that are getting involved in the Cork County Board. All outstandanding work. And it's not easy, I'd say, No,
just
not easy. I mean,
when I look at it, I suppose, it's not all about the box either. Like, it's about there's massive work goes on behind the scenes, like the volunteers, the coaches.
And they're very good at honouring the past. The lads in the past and the champions, they're very good at that. So no one's forgotten with them. But no, in fact, they've always been very good to Golden Gloves anyway. Cork County Board. Always been very good.
John, listen, it's great to talk to you, boy. You're doing a fabulous job anyway. As I say, you're top of the hill, boy, and many more years, hopefully, keep it.
That's it. Thanks to the coaches here. I only manage the place. I'm the maintenance manager.
You're on them anyway.
That's it, I make sure they're on in time. Talking machine.
John, great talking to you, boy.
Thanks, mate. Thanks very much.
Never seen